Thanks for selling your car to Carvana. Here's your check.
Whoa, when did I get here?
What do you mean?
I swear it was just moments ago that I accepted a great offer from Carvana online. I must have time traveled to the future.
It was just moments ago. We do same-day pickup. Here's your check for that great offer.
It is the future.
It's the present and just the convenience of Carvana. Sorry to blow your mind.
It's all good. Happens all the time.
Sell your car the convenient way to
Carvana.
Pickup times may vary and fees may apply.
Welcome back to Talking Shit, where we are talking all sorts of shit. Schitt's Creek, that is. Today, we are talking about Season 6, Episode 9, Rebound. And of course, I am joined by someone who always likes to tell people to have a rosy day. Stuart! Stuart, how are you?
We're not doing Rosy Day. We're not doing Rosy Day.
We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be.
We absolutely shouldn't be. For one thing, what reason is there for it to be a Rosy Day currently? Nothing.
Oh, no reason, absolutely. Yeah, no. The world is on fire. Yeah, it's a hellscape out here.
But yeah, how... I love Joclyn. I love her. How is that on their brand? Like, you just know it's not going to work, right? You know it's going to annoy
David.
the
need to warn the listeners and you up front that I am going to be really mean to Joclyn this podcast.
Wow.
I have almost nothing nice to say about her this episode, so
really,
it's going to be brutal for her. I feel like we're going to disagree on a few different fronts this episode, so I'm a little excited about it. But yeah,
I mean, so long as we can disagree. I'm okay with disagreement, but so long as you do not like advocate for one certain character that is introduced in this episode today, I think I'll be okay with it.
I think we'll be on the same page in that regard.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah. No, yeah, but this episode is a bit of a strange one. It doesn't feel like it's making a ton of moves in terms of like plot progression. And I mean, I get, we'll argue whether or not there is like a warm and fuzzy moment. There maybe is one. And yeah, we're there. But anyway, what did you think? Broad strokes, broad thoughts. What am I saying? Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. So we've had like 5.5. Well, we're over half, so like over 5.5 seasons of people continually telling me the show gets better and better, and maybe my expectations have been built up a little bit too high because I expected 6 to be just all bangers all the time.
Yeah, all bangers, no skips. Yeah,
there's been a real stinker this season, in my opinion, that I kind of warmed up to over the pod. I didn't expect a second stinker. This one just wasn't it for me. Like, it had good moments, don't get me wrong. But I was there just going, are we doing this? Really? Are we?
Yeah, I get that. I do understand where you're coming from. I think maybe where I land is obviously this is not a season of like all bangers, no misses. But I do think that every episode has at least like one or two things to enjoy about it. And so maybe that's where like that statement comes from is... Earlier on in the run, it feels like there are more clunkers, or at least like the show is trying to figure out what it is. And this, at this point, I feel like the show knows what it is. And so even if the entire episode or every plot line isn't our favorite, there are still fun moments to be seen in these episodes.
Yeah.
So
I think you've talked about it before, where basically they've got all of these plot ideas probably up on a board. And I think they just looked at this slot and gone, okay, it's post like kind of breakup. We need like just a quirky, fun one that's like not going to be too heavy on the feels or heavy on the plot or even going to pull focus in terms of the comedy. So let's take that one that's left on the board, that one that's left on the board, and let's just have Alexis on a rebound. And it's like, all right. So it's like, for me, I'm just like, what's other than allowing that space to breathe between episodes and like to digest everything that's happened in the episode before, I'm like, what's the real point of this episode? Like, I could absolutely skip it is what I'm thinking about it, though, which is not necessarily bad. Like, I'm not saying that it's an awful episode. Like, it certainly like had moments where I did laugh. Even the things that I I'm gonna be like, I hated, like, because Artie was just the freaking worst. I'm just gonna say it already. We know what we're gonna think, and I'm like, oh, I hate it. But actually, his moments are really brief, and it gets over quite quickly. And so
And this isn't like a multi-episode relationship.
Yeah.
Like it's that is the thing that I think Schitt's Creek is really good at. It's like they're not going to make us put up with a really bad storyline for like a really long time, generally speaking. They're really, really good at that. And I think the more I think about it, the more I think that this season is a season of peaks and valleys versus, so it has some of the best of what Schitt's Creek has to offer, but it also has some not so great things. Whereas maybe like a season 5 or like 4, 3, whatever, are more consistently good, right? There's like longer stretches of really great stuff or like good to great stuff. Whereas I would say this season, like there are still a few episodes we haven't watched yet that I think are among the absolute best in Schitt's Creek. So it could be that as well, plus it's hard to say like every season gets better except season 6. That one falls somewhere in the middle. It's like, it's easier to just be like, it always gets better every time.
And it's absolutely a thing of like expectations. Is I'm going into this going, I'm expecting like to cry or to just laugh myself silly. And it's like, when it doesn't do it, I'm like, eh. So I blame all of you. I blame you specifically, Jessica, but I blame everyone that has guested, everyone that's written in. You're all the worst. How dare
You're all
you?
at fault, including
I love you all, really.
All right, well, let's talk about what happened this episode at the top with our little recap. Poor Alexis, grieving her breakup with Ted, she rebounds with Arthur, aka Artie, an elderly gentleman who wines and dines Lexi. All of the Roses are bothered by this, of course, but none more so than Johnny. Johnny interferes, telling Artie to tread lightly as Alexis is in a delicate place right now. Artie then calls things off, causing Alexis to spiral because she can't even date an old guy. But Johnny is there to give her a warm hug and a there. Meanwhile, Joclyn needs part-time work and basically strong arms David and Patrick into hiring her at Rose Apothecary. Luckily, she's a really great saleswoman, even if she uses phrases like have a rosy day and rings a frickin' bell when a sale is made. David finally comes around to the idea of Joclyn working there just for her to say she doesn't feel like it is a great fit. Lastly, Moira pisses off the town when she describes Schitt's Creek as the last place you'd want to end up in an interview. She makes things right by creating a tourism video in which she says, if heaven had a creek, it would be this one. And yet, in the entire tourism video, she never says the actual name of the town she lives in. Oh, Moira, that's our episode.
There are moments with like in kind of like not stinker episodes, like I'm using that kind of like phrase quite flagrantly, but like episodes that haven't quite met the mark, that are supremely rescued by Moira doing something at the very end, like that just absolutely kind of like swoop in and be like, that's what it was all building up for. Thank you very much. Don't doubt us. It was such a swing of genius. Like the cut, even like I totally didn't expect it. I thought, oh, we're going to get credits. And then all of a sudden you get the little timer thing. I was like, this is brilliant. I love this. I was so on board for.
It was absolutely ridiculous. The smiles she was making, like just the fact that she's like freaking out that her car was egged. She pulls in Stevie as like a star witness. I love that Ronnie was having none of her shit and being like, no, you did this. Like, you say what you will about Schitt's Creek. It's inhabitants, it's, community members feel very passionately about it, and they're not going to take this sort of nonsense. And this is very small town, Stuart. You can imagine Moira, interviews in this article, and it gets posted to like the local Facebook page within 5 minutes, and everyone is pissed.
Oh my God. Local Facebook groups are wild. So where I used to live, there was like a community Facebook group for like the area, and I got in because it was invite only, and so I had to like do the apply because I need to know some information about like bin deliveries or something like that. Something really boring, and all it is just people complaining about parking spaces being stolen, people not using the right bins at the right time, and I'm like, people, do you not have better things to do with your day? Really? Is this what you come to?
It's the same everywhere, right? Like there's an app or like a website next door. I don't know if you have that over there, but I joined it I'm trying to remember why. There was a reason I went on it. Probably because I was snooping about something. And I got emails about them, and I was like, these people have nothing better to do with their day than like complain about nothing. I had to unsubscribe because I was like, this is actually irritating me that people feel the need to like complain about such small potatoes.
Yeah, you've unsubscribed. I'm still a member of that old one. I don't even live there anymore. And yeah, I'm still a member because I don't know why I find it like, like when you see a car accident, you can't help but look. It's that kind of like vibe. I'm like, it annoys me. I am the problem with social media algorithms is that like, like the rage baiting, I fall for it.
Yes.
Like that stuff engages me too much. I really should unsubscribe because it's not good. But I kind of wish they would be a bit more salacious though. I kind of like throw in a bit of gossip. Like if you're like being such a nosy neighbor that you're like looking out your window and watching people and stuff, tell me who's fucking who. Like tell me who's like going and doing the deal with people. Like I want to know this stuff. Like don't bore with me with bin chat. Tell me who, like, the old lady's shacking up with now that she's got all this free time, now that husband's dead. Give me that gossip.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask for?
No, there's not any good gossip. It's always like problematic, like semi-racist, like, did you, like it always falls into those buckets, and it's like, this isn't even fun. But yeah, Moira pisses off everybody. And I love that the town of Schitt's Creek is so kind that even their like protest signs are like, you really hurt our feelings.
I thought it was so much more effective because it's like if you give like proper hatred in them on vitriol. No, it's like it's the whole like I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Yes.
I was like that hit harder, right? Bob was so upset he went home for crying out loud. Like she hurt their feelings.
We know we've seen Bob cry quite often, so I would imagine he was a little bit in hysterics over this.
He's got cry therapy. We found out
now
last
he has cry
week,
therapy. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on with Moira. Not a ton else to talk about it in this segment, but I do think like she brought a lot of the laughs that I gave this episode, was specifically the very end with her like, oh, and if you want quiet, come into Rose Apothecary. You'll never hear any noise here. It's so ridiculous.
I thought actually like the whole like choice of like which plots obviously have gone into this episode. I think that one made perfect sense with what happened obviously in Rose Apothecary, in Joclyn kind of like shading them for it being so quiet and everything like that. And for Moira to do the exact same thing, it just builds on this whole thing of like, does anyone shop there? How is this store successful? How are they doing it?
Yeah. Speaking of, let's talk about Joclyn and her part-time work at Rose Apothecary. I resent her. I resent her so much that like, Patrick hasn't told David this yet, but Joclyn has already approached him about like wanting some part-time work. And she basically comes over and is like, well, I have a baby, I have no money, and I just got a second mortgage to support your father's motel dreams. So you basically owe me a job. It's like, get on out of here, Joclyn. And on top of that, to then say when she is already wearing like jeans and a blouse, probably from Blouse House Blouse Barn. That was the other one, was Blouse Barn.
Mm-hmm.
To then say she's going to get more casual for work. And she shows up in what she knows is going to be an outfit that David despises, which is, I expect her to wear like kittens on a sweatshirt. That feels like Joclyn's aesthetic. But a random owl, there was an owl on her sweater.
Don't insult the owl. The owl was resplendent.
It's giving like third graders like favorite sweatshirt.
Do you think that because like Joclyn like post baby is like quite petite and stuff, maybe she's just taking it from the lost and found in the school because it is
probably
like, from one of theirs?
It's like, not only, here's the thing, I could maybe forgive the strong arming, but then she routinely insults the business in front of them, like just constantly. She does things that she knows are gonna have a rosy day. In what world is David going to be okay with that? In what world? Like, she's a great saleswoman. Don't get me wrong. The nipple butter thing, perfect job there, right? Like, oh, you'll go through it. You may want to get a backup. You know, I'm living proof that it works, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That was all great.
I thought, I guess the like social reinforcement of like someone that actually uses it and doesn't seem like they're trying to shill something, because like Patrick, as gorgeous as he looks, doesn't look like someone that really kind of like, you know, primps and preems themselves like with creams and everything. David does.
He doesn't even moisturize, and he wakes up looking incredible. We all know it.
Exactly. He's one of those awful people. Whereas David does, but then David doesn't do the outgoing kind of like, oh, well, I regularly use this, because David's very aloof with the whole sales thing. So
no, he says, let people come to you if they need. I would love to go into David's store. Let me just say, leave me be. If I need your help, I will ask for it, but don't bother me. I love David for this.
Is this a whole like sitting in the car park waiting for it to look quiet before you go in kind of vibe?
Yeah. This is the putting on headphones that are huge so that people specifically know not to engage with me.
No. I think that's the worst method. You've got to wear small headphones and just block people out. If you wear large headphones, I swear it attracts more attention and people will ask you questions.
I disagree because I have hair and people can't see the tiny earbuds. So they just start talking to me. Then I have to remove the earbud to engage with them. If you have headphones, it is like a bubble is around me. It's lovely.
I think it's meant to be, but I find that when you're wearing like large headphones, people see it and they almost like it goes, oh, they don't really want to talk. I must think of something to make them.
You must
talk.
just have an approachable face.
I've been told. I don't know, like I thought Joclyn was like she excelled in this like really well. I do think the whole strong arming was a bit much. In her defense, it did look as if they were calling her over. So like jumping in on that maid concept, they were clearly talking about her. So like, okay, I will give her a pass for that. And I don't know, there is some truth to what she says, is that she is kind of tight on money from investing in that, like in their dad's business.
That's not David's fault. David is not Johnny. I just don't see how it is fair to then hold David accountable for this. Like, you owe me a job. And on top of that, her being like, oh, is it always this busy? When I've been in here, it's been just me. Like, oh, and people love when I say have a rosy day.
I mean, in fairness, like she's not making it up. So I'm like, I'm okay to give her a pass on that. I realize I'm clawing at a reason for us to defend Joclyn here, because I thought she did quite well. Like she did a really good sales job. And I don't want to like
she doesn't take the job. She is offered the job that she strong arms them into giving her. And she's like, it's just not my brand. I'm going to go be a tutor or something because that's better.
It's more fulfilling because like she wants to get the fulfillment out of her life.
Girl, sometimes you got to get paid, and who cares about what's fulfilling? You know what I mean?
Well,
like if this is a job that's offering you the money and it's right now, then take it.
Are they offering her the money though? Because she did work for them as a trial, and David did, and Patrick didn't want to pay her. And I'm like, work is work, trial or no, nothing.
That they should pay her for the trial, no matter what. Yeah. Absolutely, I agree with you there.
Give her that. But yeah, I mean, not to take it afterwards. I mean, it was a bit of a slap in the face after strong arming.
And the way she does it too. Oh, she had me pissed this episode. I was like, the audacity of this woman because let's not forget all the other times she has strong armed David. Like, oh, throw me a baby shower last minute. Like, seriously, why is it always David? Oh, go talk to one of my students who needs help.
Do you think it's revenge for falling asleep on her during yoga? All that, I think it's like season 1. Like it's gotta be
the crime
right.
does not fit the punishment. Then, like,
I don't know. If someone fell asleep on me, I'd hate them for life. I'm like, get off me! I don't even want to talk to people, let alone you have them fall asleep on me.
I just couldn't stand it, and like, I don't disagree that David's approach to sales is probably not going to give you the best results. Like, I can attest to that, but also Joclyn, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Like, don't be a dick when you're the one who made them hire you. Like, in your stupid owl sweatshirt that you, in my opinion, purposely put on just to piss David off because you know he would hate it.
Why is it okay then for everyone else to tease David? Like, we kind of, I like it when people tease David. I think it's
because
funny.
David loves those people.
You're saying that he doesn't love Joclyn?
I don't think so. If she did all this to me, I wouldn't love her. No.
That's outrageous. You're talking about the woman who educated his sister, the woman who is
his
like
sister,
near enough best friends with his mother.
Again, with his mother, not him.
A woman who has done a second mortgage on her house to invest in his father's business.
His father, not him. None of this has helped David. She asks and she takes and takes and takes and takes from David. And what does she give?
Like, took him to yoga way back when to help with his anxiety.
Listen, one
give
favor,
me that.
And he owes her an entire salary. Get out of here.
He fell asleep on her. Am I misremembering
He was tired.
that? He definitely did that.
He did.
Right?
He did.
Yeah.
He definitely did. Yeah. So that's that storyline again. If not for a character in the storyline we are about to discuss, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. Like, I think there is a strong case to be made for a disgruntled pelican being thrown in Joclyn's direction. Fortunately for her, we have a character like Artie, who is just so old. And he nasty.
It's that character flaw, just being old. Like,
it's not
being
that.
nasty and separate. Being old is just enough.
That an old ass wrinkly man like him is like, hey, you know what sounds fun? Dating someone who could be my granddaughter. Beautiful.
Yeah,
perfect.
That's nasty.
Okay, here's the thing. He's old and gross. He wants to date a younger woman. We've seen it before. You're right. Like it's happened. It happens. It's gross, but it happens. Calling Johnny dad multiple times grounds for murder. Like, how are you calling him dad?
It's freaking awful.
Chill, dad.
When you're a grandfather, do not call someone who is clearly generationally younger than you dad. Like, it's
Johnny
vile.
doesn't have grandchildren, you nasty old man.
It's nasty. It's vile. Mercifully, on a second watch, I was really reluctant to do a second watch purely because of Artie. Because I was like, I just did not gel with this. Mostly, I think, from a story thing, it just made... I felt like Alexis's character has taken like a lot of steps back in terms of like growth and personal development. And I get it. It's meant to be like post-breakup. Everyone's a bit manic and like you do silly things. And obviously it's dialed up because it's a TV show and everything like that. But still, I was just like, is Alexis that dumb? Like, I don't feel like Alexis is.
I do think they explain it at the end. They do a really good job of like, you know, when she gets broken up with, she's like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Like, he's some old gross man and I just got dumped. Like, I was just looking to like have a good time. Like, I think I think she knows what she's doing when she's dating him. I don't think she is under the impression that like this is the one, right? She says like, you know, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I was looking for a distraction because my heart is shattered. Like, and now I'm getting dumped by a gross old man. Like, it's just, I think that she knows what she's doing. She really was just looking for a distraction. And Artie, I mean, let's face it, Stuart, if you have someone as gross as he is and as old as he is, willing to like pay for things for you and like go out on the town and have some fun, I understand. So, kind of, sort of, even though Alexis could date people her own age and get them to pay for her also.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous and she's stunning and she is like a catch. Like, she's grown so much in these past few seasons. But yeah, Artie is gross and Artie calls Johnny dad and Artie tells him to chill and then says, old man. He says, old man. To Johnny while liking jazz music and like Cat Stevens and has low blood sugar. What are we doing here, Artie?
I mean, Don't judge people for their music.
Do you like jazz music, Stuart? Are we about to discover that you like jazz
I like
music?
eclectic music, so like I don't like demonizing people like purely for like certain musical tastes.
But jazz, though, we can demonize jazz a little bit, right? Like, where is the pattern? Can we just pick a pattern? Can we pick a rhythm and stick with it?
We've all seen La La Land and found Ryan Gosling to be completely unbearable in that film, right? Like, if you're white and you're really like extreme on jazz, like fucking that should not be your personality. But like, I don't know, like he is just objectively the worst, and he's meant to be. And I don't know, I can't, as much as I feel like Alexis is going into it knowing and is, I don't feel like she's been like swindled into something, or like she's like thinking in her right mind. Like, you're right, she's going into it knowing that she wants a distraction. I'm like, girl, you could do so much better than this. So much better.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. Like, I think the thing is it's making very clear that even though Alexis has grown a lot, she still has flaws. We all do, especially when we're in like as Johnny says, like a very vulnerable space. Like she just recently went through a really tough breakup it's not an easy breakup to get over. Not that any are, but because he didn't cheat, she didn't cheat. It was like the timing wasn't right, and they live in different places, and that's the reason they broke up, not because they don't love each other. And that's like a way harder thing to have to go through, in my opinion, at least. Like, if you don't have a reason, if you can't villainize your ex, it makes it very difficult to then move on. And so, yeah, I get it. I understand why, even as gross as Artie is, and he wears like not an ascot, but what the hell is he, like a scarf on at one point?
Like a scarf. Yeah. It's
me. I swear, if a man I dated ever was like wearing a scarf that was not meant for like keeping warm in the winter, I'm immediately out. That is the biggest ick of like all time. Just like an ascot, get out of here.
There's something to the whole like waistcoat, like shirt, and then the scarf like mixture that just kind of screams midlife crisis.
Hello, fellow kids, or what, like that's what it is. Yeah, it's disgusting.
I
calling her
Lexi so much.
I love that David was like, call me Davy.
Oh,
so good.
But the thing is, he did like he didn't pick up on it. Oh god, there were just so many cringe moments with the whole interactions with Artie. Like the fact that he called Alexis up because he couldn't open the picture and she had to explain the whole double tap. I was like, oh, you talk about ick about the scarf. That was the biggest ick for me. I was like, that's horrendous. And he like owned a chain of trailer parks. I'm like, so again, they're like dialing up the whole, I don't know, like there's something, maybe I'm being very judgmental. Yeah, like the sleazometer was like just being dialed up a little bit for that. I was just like, no, don't want to be part of that, like at all.
The fact that he's introducing Alexis to his grandchildren and all his family members for like a weekend away, like immediately is also disgusting.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
What I want to ask you about, and where I think I'm wondering, I guess, if our opinions will differ, is I want to know how you felt about how Johnny handled all of this.
Oh gosh, so I mean, part of me wants to do the whole no, don't interfere and all that stuff, but like, well done, Johnny. Like, I can't fault Johnny in this episode at all. I'm like, yeah, step in, say the thing that needs to be said, and like help her out, because like, yeah, as much as she needs a distraction, it doesn't have to be this distraction. There are many other distractions out there. Get this guy out of here, and whatever you can do to kind of like, I don't know, inadvertently throw a spanner in the works of that, I'm all here for. Are we on board there? Like, you're appreciating that, right?
I am surprised and elated to hear you echo exactly my sentiments, which are yes, in a perfect world, we could say dads shouldn't interfere, like keep to your own business. I think maybe you could argue, have a conversation with Alexis, not with Artie, right? Alexis is the one who is your daughter. Maybe you can talk her, or at least understand where she's coming from. Because while she has insisted to him that it is just like a fling, nothing serious, very casual, she, in the same sentence, then mentions going to visit his family's cabin and meet all of his grandchildren. So I do think the way in which Johnny has a conversation with Artie is about as gentle as he could be. And there are times where if I'm Johnny, I want to wring this man's neck. Like calling me dad multiple times is like, okay, we're like, we need to calm it down.
Especially after like expressing a clear, like, lack of appreciation for that.
Yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't say that. Like, no.
And I like that he doesn't say, get the hell out of Dodge, like stay away from Alexis. He doesn't say any of that. He says, my daughter is in a bit of a vulnerable space right now. She just got out of a rather serious relationship a week ago. I'm not entirely sure what she's doing, but you may want to tread lightly. And like, that is so different in my opinion than like threatening your daughter's boyfriend or like punching him, like anything like that, right? He's just saying, please tread lightly. My daughter is in like a very vulnerable space right now, and I'm concerned about her. And like, to give Artie like a single gram of credit, he does then end things. He doesn't continue it.
He gets out immediately. He's like, oh, understood. And then immediately cuts it off next time they really talk and stuff, which like you say, is a point in Artie's kind of like favor. I'd say that. I think it's probably like the lightest like finger on the dial that like Johnny could have done without overstepping the mark. And I can understand Alexis's immediate reaction when she kind of realizes of just like, oh, you spoke to him kind of thing. Yeah, but someone has to at least tell Artie what he's not seeing, which is that Alexis is in crisis right now. And like, I think he's doing the best thing possible. Does it go against my usual take that Johnny shouldn't interfere and Johnny should just let adults be adults and stuff? But like, ultimately, no, he's still her parent and he still has a duty to look out for her. And I think that he's just doing the best thing he can do with the lightest possible touch. Johnny finessed it, I think. Johnny did really well. He really tried to level with Artie in a way that was not forceful, but also was like, I don't know if you were aware of this. And like, I don't think my daughter would normally be dating you if she wasn't in such a vulnerable place right now. And I also really loved his explanation to Alexis, which was, in the past, I have not been around, because her argument was, I've dated way worse guys than this guy. Like, and you didn't do anything. And he says, well, I wasn't there back then. I was not there for you. And now I want to be. I want to protect you. And maybe I was overzealous, but I had to I wanted to make up for lost time, right? I just thought that was like a really reasonable explanation for why Johnny was acting how he was acting. It feels very similar to the conversation he was trying to have with Patrick a few episodes ago of like, he feels like he has missed out on a lot of time with his kids. And he feels like now that he is involved in their lives, he feels protective over them. And he didn't have the moment when Alexis was 16 and brought home some dude who had a bunch of tattoos that he didn't like, right? Like, he didn't have those moments to then learn what to do and not to do as a father. And now he's kind of learning it. And I'm not saying that like Alexis needs someone. She's obviously been in much worse situations and gotten out completely fine. But it's not necessarily about what she needs. It is like knowing that her dad is there to comfort her. I think was just like so lovely. And like, if we are going to say there's a warm fuzzy moment, it is most certainly when Alexis is breaking down and saying like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do now? I don't know what to do from here. And Johnny just so awkwardly is like, okay, cry for a bit. And then he's like so uncomfortable. And he's just like, wonder when David will be home. I think that it's, I mean, good advice. Just cry for a bit. Like, I think you have to just, mourn the ends of relationships at times. You do have to just take time and acknowledge that and have a bit of a cry and get it out of your system. So cry a bit was probably good as well. But I think as well, like Johnny then saying, I wonder when David gets here, I think speaks a hell of a lot of how this is a responsibility that has never really sat with Johnny. It's ordinarily David who's been the one that's been looking out for her a hell of a lot. Like David's the one that's like getting her fake passports and colored contacts, like get her out of sticky situations. Like this is, and with David pulling away a bit and getting like more involved with Patrick and not being as available for Alexis in this time, Johnny is stepping in to fill that void, and it's a role that, like you say, Johnny has never really done previously, and it's only because of how close the family have gotten over these like years that they've been in the motel that it makes sense for that to come about. And it's worth acknowledging that that never would have happened years ago. Like Johnny would have been so distant from even knowing what Alexis was up to, let alone being able to like step in and help. So I think that's like I think a double barrel like fuzzy moment, because not only do we get Johnny comforting Alexis, but we also get that kind of realization of just a measurement of how far they've come as characters, which I always love like acknowledging, because it's one thing to say, oh, when we first met them, they were really kind of like vain and really money obsessed, and now they're very different and they've come to like love the motel and things like that. And it's like, no, they've grown in so many more facets. Like there is a huge like breadth to these characters, and it's why we love them so much. It's because they're well-written characters who are, I mean, they're still sitcom characters. They're not the most complex written of characters there are, but they're more complex than typical sitcoms are. So for Alexis to have all of that, and then for Johnny to like have all of that, and it all come to a head, and for you to go, I see where the flag is now compared to where it was. It's a really good moment. So I've kind of warmed up a little bit onto this. As always with these, when we talk about it, it's like coming in and go, it's a stinker. And it's like, actually, I think it's a lot better than what I give it credit for.
I think in a different sitcom, in a different show, Alexis maybe dates Artie for multiple episodes, like, or Johnny like threatens to punch him, or, like there is, or Artie is like very defensive and doesn't break up with Alexis. Like, I think there are ways this could have zigged instead of zagged. And I really appreciate the show for that they didn't belabor this, that they really just nipped it in the bud. Already got the message. He's like, I could date other younger women without dads who are, approaching me. I'll go find them, I guess. So at least that happened. And I know like I feel like a little bit of a hypocrite at times, because I do normally very much dislike when a father is like, my property, my daughter. I just think the way in which Johnny does it is trying to be as sensitive and delicate as he can be while also protecting Alexis. Even going to talk to Twyla and being like, what do you know about this guy? What's the deal with him? Where we get the Twyla backstory of he dated my aunt when I was a baby, and I remember because that's the year I got a lighter for Christmas.
He held her as a baby. The age thing came up so badly.
It's so gross.
I feel like he was doing a protective dad thing, but it was less of a controlling, like a need to like, kind of understand and like be aware of everything, and just more like, I feel like I need a bit more oversight over this. So I'm going to ask Twyla for like a little bit of additional information, and I'm going to flourish like this information out to Artie and just be like, right, here's the full lay of the land here. Yeah. Make an informed decision, my guy, and allow him to do that. Now, if Artie had kept with that, I could see it going down a different route. But I don't know. Like, I'm not sure whether it was just Johnny having a good insight read on this guy, of just knowing that he's there for a fun time, not necessarily an intense time kind of thing. And maybe I don't think Johnny too much emotion.
Johnny isn't the threatening type anyway. Like, he's never going to go up to someone and like threaten to beat them up or threaten to like do something else. Like he generally is trying to go in a little bit with like his heart on his sleeve. Like, let me level with you, guy. Like, here's what I'm thinking. So I really adore Johnny this episode. I really think he's doing the right thing. Specifically also being there for Alexis after the fact and trying to like console her, right? Like coming clean after she catches him in finding and knowing that he has a mobile home business or whatever. I just think it's lovely. I love his and Alexis's relationship. I just think it brings me back to when Alexis was going to go to the Galapagos, and it's like, but they're going to team up on my dad. Like, David and Moira are going to team up on him. He needs me.
And again, to like talk about like how far they've come as like their their relationship, like the whole milk thing, the stealing of the sunglasses.
Yeah,
like, I love that we've got to see these two particularly grow closer together to get to the point where she's worried about them teaming up on him, and like he certainly is one of the big reasons as to like what she's going to miss if she had gone to the Galapagos. So yeah. Warm fuzzies, yeah. I'm actually, I'm inclined to say that this episode's got quite a lot of them.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else before we jump into some feedback that we got?
Oh Lord, I feel I don't know, just like we have to just acknowledge Moira's cry when she acknowledges the eggs. That's the only thing that I have to say. And I will say it does flag with me just that Stevie doesn't really have much to do in this episode other than just being a bystander in this whole process, which is a lot of what Stevie's done this season, which is again, I don't know, like season 5, I think we were spoiled on a lot of Stevie stuff. So we're lacking a bit of that. But I think, Moira's reaction to the eggs was just enough of oh, unless it's just departed its ovum onto my card, like randomly. I'm like, no, don't say that. It's like, oh, God.
So good. Okay, let's get into some feedback. We got a really lovely email from listener Shania. I hope that it is pronounced Shania. Let me know if it's not. Thank you so much for providing us with such an amazing podcast. I started listening about 1 year ago, and every Friday I still look forward to a new episode. Your show has been with me through my studies, my internship, and now as I begin my master's degree. First of all, Shania, congratulations. That's really incredible and difficult and just admirable. Even today, after having all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed, a truly awful experience. I've been there, Shania, and I also had an awful experience, and I wish you nothing but the best. And truly, I hope you recover and have an easy time. Don't drink out of straws. That's my one bit of advice.
Ice cream, is that acceptable? Is that the recommended thing?
Yes, soft foods for a long time. Also my other advice, again, I don't know when this is getting to you in terms of your recovery time. Don't eat anything that you like really, really love, just in case there's a bad reaction. I had a really bad reaction to one of the medications I was on, and I can't look at orange Jello the same way. So just, something to keep in mind. I turned to your podcast for comfort and listened to a few episodes from season 4, my second time through. You always make listening and Schitt's Creek itself so much fun. Of course, Alexis is the best. I'm so glad to have been on this journey with you. Please don't stop recording. You're such an amazing duo. I'd also love to hear your take on Dairy Girls, or even better, Modern Family, or of course, any wholesome sitcom. I'm truly grateful that I stumbled upon your show. Thank you for all the laughs and being for such a constant source of joy. Kind regards, Shania. P.S. Why the hatred towards hiking? I got it in my Tinder profile, and now my boyfriend and I go hiking every second weekend here in Switzerland.
International.
So I love it. I've attached some pictures as it's not a bluff. We did receive the photos and they are beautiful. You two are amazing. Thank you for everything. First of all, Shania, thank you so much. This email literally made me want to sob. It was so kind and lovely. And to know that someone listened to our podcast like twice is also just insane in my brain. It doesn't compute. Also, I hate on hiking simply because it is in everyone's dating profile. If you actually like hiking, I feel like that's different. But don't pretend to like hiking just for the internet,
Yeah, like for the benefits of the listeners. Like, I mean, like the photo evidence does attest. This is some serious hiking. Like,
and it's beautiful too.
There's altitude. There's like big clouds, like top down.
Wildlife. There's a cow. Like, there's a cow. It's incredible.
I don't know why that's really funny. There's a cow?
And there's other cows too, but I don't know if they're different sorts of cows because they're not like the American cows that are like, white and brown and stuff. I don't know what type of cows these are, but they're like all one shade of brown.
Yeah. They're cows. I'm really hoping that I just missed like you looking at a sheep or something and be like, yes, what the hell?
But look at the back. I mean, I know you all can't see the photos we're looking at, but like truly, if I lived in Switzerland, maybe I would hike too, because these views are just incredible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think you've got to have the environment to like really do a proper hike. Like, friend of the pod, Melissa, like lives in British Columbia, and it's like, apart from bears, hiking gorgeousness. Like, if I lived there, I would want to like hike all the time. And by the looks of it, Switzerland.
So you don't have bears, right? Like you don't.
We don't have any predators. Like the most dangerous creature we have is the badger. Like that's about as dangerous as it gets. Honestly, green and pleasant land over here. It's
Do you know the bear rhyme?
The bear rhyme?
So because there are different types of bears. So like you react differently to like brown and black and gay men.
If it's brown, flush it down. I'm like, no, that's not the bear.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If you see a Winnie the Pooh, let him mellow. Let him hang.
Oh, that's the most shameful thing I've done on this one. I know that you're like, if it's like, just never climb a tree, but I don't know if that, I don't know a
bears
rhyme
can
about
climb.
that.
Yeah, so it's because there are brown bears, black bear, or like grizzly bears are the same as brown bears, and then there's black bears, and then obviously polar bears. So the rhyme is, if it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. Like make lots of noise, because they're scared. If it's white, good night, because you dead.
Wow. Yeah, I have heard that like if you do encounter like grizzly bear, the only thing you can do is just like lay down, cover your neck, yourself. And just hope that it gets bored.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's the scariest thing. And like, polar bears, one of my favorite facts is that people in like Alaska and things, they leave their cars unlocked at night so that if like anyone's walking and you encounter a polar bear, you can just like hide in someone's car. I was like, that's good community stuff.
Serious. Yes, I have heard the same thing. Recently, actually, I watched the documentary Grizzly Man, only because friend of the pod, Grease Leader, is doing the top 100 New York Times movies, like cinema in the past century. I don't know the name of it, but she's covering every single movie on that list, and Grizzly Man was one of them. And it is a documentary about Timothy Treadwell, who is basically like a bear enthusiast who lives among the bears in Alaska for like over a decade. And I was like, this guy's so stupid. He's just like, these are terrifying bears. Like, what are you doing, you dumbass? Anyway, it doesn't end well for him.
Spoilers for the film. Does he get eaten by a bear?
Oh, they tell you immediately in the beginning of the beginning of the documentary. Yeah, he gets attacked and killed by a bear.
I'm shocked. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought it would have happened? Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, if it's brown, lay down. Don't engage. If it's black, it's usually going to be more scared of you than you are of it. I think there is maybe like a sub rhyme somewhere in there where it's like, if there are babies, definitely do not engage. Like if it is a mama bear and there are little cubs, get the hell out of there.
Just get the heck out of there. I follow this YouTuber, she's Carrie Espy. She's like a fitness YouTuber, which is weird for me to follow because I am not a fitness person at all. She's just a really endearing personality who has like a wonderful family who's really supportive. And her vlogs are actually really entertaining. I would highly recommend them. But there's one where her and her friend are cycling through like forest, and there's like a bear warning, and like for a brief moment it's very delightful and endearing vlog. It's like, holy shit, this is serious. Like a bear could literally run out and kill them. I was like, that's wild to think about. The worst thing I have to worry about are like getting on the bus at night and like other people are the risk in the UK, not animals.
I mean, I'm more afraid of other people than I am of bears. But I have like camped in bear country where there are bears. Like it's a thing. You just have to be safe. Don't leave food out. Like there's precautions you can take to avoid having an encounter with a bear. Also, don't approach a bear. Like if you see a bear, same thing. If you see a bison, if you see a massive animal, how about you don't engage with it? How about you let it live its life in the wild? How about we encroached on its land and took it? And so maybe just let them live. Sorry, not to make a little soapbox, but seriously, leave the animals alone. Let them live their lives. Anyway.
You hear it here now, people. Leave the animals alone.
Let them live. Thank you so much, Shania. Your email was truly incredible. Also, I deeply apologize if that is not how you pronounce your name. And please let me know so I can get it correct in the future. Because I like to get, I like to get the names correct.
You should have intentionally pronounced it wrong. Then we would have got a
Shania?
second really lovely. Yeah, second lovely email.
But then we could lose a listener. If you are named after Shania Twain, I don't know if you are, but if there's a chance she is, because depending on how old she is, right? Like there's a chance. If you are, I just want to let you know Shania Twain was one of my first CDs of all time ever. So she holds a very dear place in my heart. So anyway, that's it. Okay, moving on. If you want to send in an email, please do so. Talking shit. Okay.
Time's running out, people. We're getting to the end of this. We're on episode 9.
Speaking
We've
of,
got, only a handful left.
we should tell Shania, Dairy Girls. I don't think
has been covered by friends of the pod.
Has been covered by friends of the podcast. Go check it out. Our friends Melissa and Aiden, actually European Aiden over there. So there's a connection. So, he is Irish. So that makes sense because of Dairy Girls. Anyway, love Dairy Girls. Absolutely adore the show Dairy Girls. We wouldn't cover it because our friends have already covered it, but go check out the podcast they did over on Pusher Recaps about it because it was very, very fun.
Really
and
insightful.
Modern Family, I have seen. Have I seen all of it? I think I have seen all of it. I feel like I did a rewatch of it not super long ago, although I will say some of it does not hold up super well because of the obvious aspects of it came out in the early aughts and there's a gay couple in it. And, there's shit that's said that's not so great in PG and
right.
Perfect. But yeah.
I feel like I've watched a lot of that show just exclusively with clips on TikTok.
Yes.
All I know is I kind of like the fact that Sofia Vergara's character is she really loves the old guy and she's everyone thinks I'm with him for the money. And it's no, because he's really sexy. And I'm I don't know why. I find that to be the most adorable thing ever. Yeah. There's a lot that's ugh, but there's some fun stuff too. It also has the trope of the kid who's smarter than everyone and sophisticated. It's kind of annoying. It is what it is. But anyway, we do have something in the works. We'll keep you all apprised on. But let's get into our ratings here. First, Simply the Best. This is an easy one for me, and it's going to Johnny. I loved everything he did this episode. I don't know that there is a more worthy person. I just think he's very sweet. He has such a lovely moment with Alexis. He handles everything so delicately. I adore him. He's getting my point. I can't disagree. It's Johnny, and no questions about it. I don't think this. It's kind of I don't know, words can't do my words right now because I've got too many thoughts, but the idea is that Johnny I think is going to get a disservice because I think looking back on this there isn't really another candidate in this episode that I would really nominate other than Johnny, so I feel like it's a winner by default. But what Johnny did in this episode I think absolutely deserved it, and so I don't want it to be considered a disservice to that. He doesn't win by default. I think he wins it on his merit of what he did. But yeah, I just had to articulate that thought once I could.
Without spoiling anything about where we are in the point totals for these characters, Johnny has had a lot of activity, negative and positive, which I just think is so interesting. I feel like this is the most activity he has had in a season so far.
That's good. I mean, because I think seasons 2 and 3, he was a bit of a not non-entity, but he was just someone that just never really got a sniff in with any of the points.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's talk about the disgruntled pelican, because I guess the question is,
are we allowed to include Artie?
Exactly. We know he's not coming back. This is he is only here. He is a one and done. So I want to know your thoughts. What do you think?
I feel like we should, purely so that you have something to perhaps question and not automatically give it to Joclyn. I feel like that's the only thing that might give her a save right here. Let's say that he is allowed to be put down. How does that change your decision, Jess?
I guess let me talk it through. So Artie is a gross old man who's dating someone much younger. He repeatedly calls Johnny dad, which I do not like. He calls him old man as well, which is also just disgusting. He acts like it's very normal that he is dating someone who is so much younger than him. He doesn't know how to either like a photo on Instagram or open a PDF, whatever he was calling Alexis about, right? Just bad. The ascot. Oh, good God. The ascot is awful. Whatever. All of that is bad. On the other hand, when Johnny does say, hey, this is a problem, my daughter's in a vulnerable space, please like take that into consideration, he does end things right away. That's really good. It's probably the only nice thing I have to say about Artie. Joclyn, on the other hand, beyond being really good at sales, which she does excel at, I do think she does a really lovely job. I think she sells a lot of products. She's really good at kind of using her social sway to get people to buy things. I also kind of hate a character who is pretending to be nice, but is actually just being like very passive aggressive. It is so irritating. The fact that she practically begs, no, not even begs, blackmails, I don't even know, like strong arms these two into hiring her, only to then put down their store in front of their faces constantly, do things David so obviously hates, all to then get offered a job which she then says, I'm better than this. Is like so absolutely infuriating. Beyond being good at the sales job that she then doesn't take, I don't know what other nice things I can say about her. Like, she literally changes into a worse outfit to go to work. What are we doing here? Like, oh, it's not my brand. You're right, it isn't, which is why David didn't want you here to begin with.
I will say that was a lot of emotion, Jess.
I just can't.
I mean, make your choice.
I'm doing it to Joclyn. Here's the thing. I'm never going to see Artie again. Yes, he's gross. We can all agree on that. Okay. We can all agree that the age difference is very inappropriate. It's yucky. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I don't mean to be crass, but I'm about to be. If you have children in the car, please just pause for a second until they're not around. If your balls touch the water when you're sitting on the toilet, you shouldn't be dating someone Alexis's age. It's gross.
God help me. God. Yes. Can I nominate you for LVP for that? That's outrageous.
It's nasty. Also, the ascot is truly unforgivable. Like, it gives me the biggest ick, not above his age, because his age is really high and gross, but it is like up there. It is the biggest ick. It's so nasty.
Oh gosh. Okay. See, my predicament is that I kind of don't think that he should count, because with exceptions that we've made to this, so like ordinarily we only include people who are, main characters. We include people who make a profound impact and do something so supremely shitty that we can include them in. So like the Taylors, who had nothing redeemable about them whatsoever. You've given a good point, which is that he does not a compelling thing, but he does a slight thing that puts a point in his favor, which is that he does just gets out of there as soon as possible. So I'm kind of like, does it kind of revoke his eligibility? In which case, I have to give the point to Joclyn as well.
Yes, come join the dark side.
And I feel bad because I'm trying to redeem her a little bit. Maybe I will say I'm not gonna actually entertain the possibility of giving David a point here, but the thought of not paying her for work that she has done,
really bad.
Putting your notice here, David. Pay people. But
if he does another half bad thing in another episode, we can point back to this one and be like, we remembered, and now you've earned it.
Watch me give David LVP on his inevitable wedding day because he does one thing wrong.
Monstrous, absolutely monstrous. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm so happy you're on my side, because she just totally pissed me off. And the best part was, I'm fairly certain Will, my husband, watched this episode before I had rewatched it. So then we watched it together, or rewatched it together. And I'm pretty sure throughout the entire episode, he was like watching me whenever Joclyn was doing anything, because he was like, I wanted to see what your reaction was going to be, because I think she sucks.
Messy, Will. Messy. I love it.
Yeah, and you know he loved Johnny this episode. That's no surprise.
Yeah.
The least surprising thing ever. The other great news, though, is this episode we were blessed with not one but 2 Moira wigs. We are making up for lost time. Let's talk about the first one, which is when Moira discovers the egg catastrophe on her car. She is wearing what at first appears to be a like silver bob straight with bangs. However, there are like some little pieces of like blue, teal, pink, purple.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's all underneath. It's like it's like a dye job that then has been replaced with something else, but it's a wig. Like, is it a wig under the wig? Is she layering them? Who knows? There's mystery to this. I feel like this wig in itself tells its own story.
Yeah.
Compelling
I loved
stuff.
it. I really love this wig. I think it's fun because it's not your typical just normal gray bob. There are other elements to it. It's very fun.
The outfit though looks very heavy. Like it looks very kind of weighed.
The outfit looks like chainmail. I would not want to wear this. It looks and she's wearing about 7 necklaces. So yeah.
So it literally is heavy.
Poor Nick. The second wig is the one that she wears during the commercial that she shoots. I had to grab the moment where she is, I can't call it anything but grimacing at the camera at the cafe. This wig, it looks like 2 wigs had a baby. Like a blonde wig and a black wig had a baby, and then someone took hedge clippers to the bangs.
Yeah,
the fringe is off.
It looks like they've had a baby, and again, cover the baby's ears, people. But like, not all babies are pretty, and this one's a fucking ugly baby.
There are ugly babies in the world.
Oh,
yeah.
This is an ugly baby. Yeah, this is not the look, but I love it.
Oh, have you seen the TikTok trend of?
You were gonna ask if I'd seen someone's ugly baby, and I was like, we're recording.
Have you seen the trend where someone they like show their parents a photo of an ugly baby, and just for their parents to be like, oh, and then they're like, oh no, they'll say, oh, look at my friend's new baby, and the parents will be like, oh, and they're like, I'm on FaceTime with them right now, and immediately they're like, oh, the baby is so cute, and they're not on FaceTime, it's just a photo of an ugly baby.
That's awful.
It's incredible though, because they'll go like, ugh, and then they'll go like, oh. It's incredible. It's so funny. Oh, what a lovely baby.
Grim.
It's really funny, and I really enjoy. It's very messy and funny. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy it more than I enjoy when people make their children cry. I just feel like they're sadists. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Can we cut this thing out? Like, social media, as we all know, is probably the worst thing that's been invented. But the thing of parents making their kids cry for like likes, views, videos.
I ate all your Halloween candy.
Yeah. Elf on the Shelf can get in the bin. Like, cut that stuff out. Stop traumatizing your kids.
Yeah. He's watching you. Like, what a perv.
Yeah. I will say though that those Jimmy Kimmel videos of like the parents eating or pretending to eat the candy from Halloween and stuff, and the kids who they don't like tantrum, they just go, wow, that's really bad of you. I'm like, love it.
Good on you,
Raise
kid.
those kids.
Yeah. Good on you. Or the ones who are just like, oh, well, did you like it? Like, they're very sweet about it, you know?
That's really like avocado energy. Thanks.
Yes, oh, an avocado. Yes, don't like, exploit your children for likes. It's really weird. Exploit? What did I say? It doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on to tier ranking the episode. I don't know, Stuart, has your opinion on the episode changed as we've talked about it? I feel like you've come up a little bit on it.
A little bit, yeah. I think I was leaning kind of you, David, possibly for this. I think maybe I'd be happy for it to be in that journey for me. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so we have the 3 storylines. I think the Moira storyline is only really funny at the end. Like, the very, very end is the only redeeming quality of that storyline for me.
Yeah.
I think similarly, the Alexis storyline is only redeemed at the end because of the Johnny Alexis stuff. And the David Patrick stuff is kind of meh, because Joclyn just pisses me right off. It's tough. I would argue either very bottom of Love That Journey for me or the very top of You, David, which currently has nothing in it, so it would be at the very top. But I think it rides the line for me personally. But maybe if we want to say, because if Love That Journey for me is average and You, David is like, there are some like 2 good moments that I think this episode has, not just
that's the thing. So that's the thing. I think if it wasn't for those 2 little floaties, this thing would be drowning. Like it'd be down below the level. I think those 2 things rescue it just enough to like, but it is very bottom of that list.
Teetering on that edge. I love that journey for
Teetering.
Love that journey for me.
Perfect. So that's where that one lands. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But next week we have a new episode, season 6, episode 9. Nice. No, season 6, episode 10. Sorry, Sunrise, Sunset.
Oh, Sunset Bay. Maybe is it soap stuff? Is she gonna get called back for it? Is she going to get apart again? Like, is she going to come back as her, like, and a triplet sister?
I was just going to say, soaps love. No one is ever dead in a soap. No one is ever dead in a soap.
Truly. Have you ever heard about Neighbours? It's an Australian soap.
I have.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's what Margot Robbie was in, like, way back in the day. And I was watching it around the time that she was in it and stuff, because at that point, university students were just, we all loved Neighbours. I remember piling everyone into my room and we watched this infamous episode where a plane crashed and everyone was like cheering to find out who survived and who died, and it was fantastic. But anyway, there's a character called Harold, most lovable guy in the world, who played tuba for the Salvation Army and everything. He goes missing years later, turns up with amnesia. It's the most soap
of course he
ever.
does.
Phenomenal. More TV shows need to have this tropey like storytelling.
I remember there's a joke from Friends where they're talking about all being on a soap, and Chandler says like, "Oh, then we'll all just or all sleep together and then get amnesia or something." It's like, yeah, I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah,
attractive people on Friends. Anyway.
Sounds like honestly the premise for a Netflix like new reality show.
Yeah, let's all sleep together and then get amnesia.
Everyone sleep with each other and then go to the villa and vote people out.
Yes, perfect. Love it. So that will be next week, season 6, episode 10, Sunrise, Sunset, as we approach the final 5 episodes of Schitt's Creek. And then, of course, we're going to cover the special and do a series wrap up. But the final 5 I definitely didn't just swing my arms out so widely that I knocked something over. I've never had such an obvious piece of evidence that I should stop talking with my hands.
Just gesticulating so much.
I'm on a podcast. No one cares where my hands are going. You can't even see them most of the time.
Benefits of the video pod. You get to see Jess absolutely recoil at her own.
Oh my God, I need help. Anyway, I did remember, an eagle-eyed watcher on YouTube did point out that last week I did forget to change out my graphic. And I did remember today, for those of you who did catch that last week, number 1, let's pretend I did it on purpose just to see if you were paying attention. Number 2, we are covering Buffy over on Shit 90 Shows Taught Me. If you want to check it out, we're in season 5, which apparently people really love. I'm enjoying so far. And I will just say, spoilers for Buffy. Get out of here if you don't want to hear it, okay?
Cover your ears, just for a minute.
Just cover your ears for a second. There was a moment that totally gooped and gagged me. I gasped. I rewound it 3 times. And it only to find out it was a dream. I was devastated. And it was Spike and Buffy kissing. And I was like, what is going on? And it was a dream. And I was very upset, but not upset. I was mostly just like, you got me. You got me, show. Anyway, go check out the podcast. It's a lot of fun. That's all I have to say.
Wild. I have nothing to plug, only to say in the updates of what I've been watching on TV, I've gone from dark to the Gilmore Girls, and
such a wild
say it is such a swing, but I'm so here for the Gilmore Girls. It is crazy. Max is low-key the worst. I'm not a fan of Max at all. Season 1 ends wildly. Love Emily, love Trix, bring on like these really sassy old women. more of those in my life, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to finishing that off, but I've blitzed through it. Autumn is here. Autumnal vibes, everything. Bring it on.
Yeah. No, Gilmore Girls is a really good shout for autumn viewing. If you're looking for something specifically for autumn, definitely Gilmore Girls fits the bill. Going from dark to Gilmore Girls, though, is just such a wild, like, absolute insane pivot. I don't even, my brain hurts just thinking about that. I'm trying to think of anything. I've been rewatching the show Upload because it is like a sci-fi comedy that is on Prime, and I covered it back in the day on post show recaps, and I had totally forgotten Grace and I covered it on post show recaps once upon a time on full spoiler recaps, and I was like, did I see season 3? And yes, I did, and I covered it on a podcast. But I was like, I need to rewatch because I don't remember anything that happened. So
a glowing review.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't think season 3 was that good. I think I remember saying they need to finish it with season 4. I think that was my takeaway. I'm also rewatching Succession because I was because I don't need to say why, because it's Succession. Yeah. That's why.
Where are you up to?
Oh, I barely started. I think I just finished Sad Sack Wasp Trap. So still like midway through season 1.
Wow.
I love the show. This is going to sound like going from dark to Gilmore Girls, but I was watching it while I was playing Stardew Valley. It's like the most wholesome content with like just depravity. What can I say? I'm a complicated person. Okay.
Yeah, get that Stardew fixed because new update is going to be coming at some point. Yeah.
I know. If he doesn't give me Haunted Chocolatier soon, I'm gonna rage.
It's never happening.
I'm never gonna get it. It's George R. R. Martin. It's the George R. R. Martin of video games.
Do not say that. That's
I know, it's really
outrageous.
He's very young. He's not George R. R. Martin.
Free updates of Stardew
I know, he's
Valley.
lovely. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. I love you so much, and I do love Stardew. And plus, we're going to a concert in October. We're going to they do like is it Symphony of Sounds or something like that? They're doing
one of them.
Yeah, I'm going to
Stardew one.
Yeah, Stardew one.
Jealous.
So I had to.
They look really good.
Yeah, I had to play again so that I could be in the mood, in the vibe. It very much gives autumnal vibes too, even though you play through all the seasons. Stardew feels autumnal. Anyway, I think that's everything. You got anything else you want to tell the people, Stuart?
No.
Okay. We'll be back. We'll be back next week with some more talking shit, some more Schitt's Creek. Until then, everyone, warmest regards.
And best wishes.
Lowe's knows how to get you ready for holiday hosting with up to 35% off select home decor. And get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, members get free delivery, haul-away, basic installation, parts, and a 2-year Lowe's protection plan when you spend $2,500 or more on select LG major appliances. Valid through 10/1. Member offer excludes Massachusetts, Maryland, Wisconsin, New Jersey, and Florida. Installed by independent contractors. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.